shot chart presented by Kaiser Permanente, and you're going to see a whole lot of those green streaking arcs from outside the three-point line because they had a franchise record 20 threes on 40 attempts, franchise record for a postseason game. How was their offense creating those shots tonight, Smitty?
Well, first of all, man, I'm a little baffled of how many corner threes the Phoenix Suns hit, because in the Spurs way, you don't give up corner threes at all, and Bud comes from that family tree of Popovich. It's just the Cardinal sin. There's giving up no corner threes, and I'm looking at this. There's a lot of.
I like we have a sound effect for it.
Corner three though, so that's concerning for me. You know, as a Bud defensive team for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Not only makes, but some of the misses were looks, good looks.
And for me, you know, these good looks, again, it comes from not being able to control the middle of the floor. And again, when that basketball gets to the middle of the floor or when it gets to the paint, now you're able to draw and kick. And your defense is only as good as your weak side can help and recover. And what we've seen from Milwaukee is that their weak side defense, they help, but they can't recover. They're not quick enough to recover to those shooters because they're playing with power forwards and centers, people who are slower of foot than some of the Phoenix Suns players. The Suns players are playing with speed, they're playing with quickness, and they're playing, you got Paul, you got Devin Booker really playing against power forwards and centers. So their foot speed, you know, consequently gets them in the paint, and those big power forwards and centers aren't quick enough to help and recover out to those perimeter shooters.
Hey, Kenny, defensively, we spent a lot of time talking about what the Bucks were doing, switching on that pick and roll after game one. We saw a whole lot less of that tonight. We saw a whole lot less of Brook Lopez out on Suffer Island against Chris Paul and Devin Booker, and they still lost. So what's the adjustment now as they head back to Milwaukee?
Well, I don't think it was that much of an adjustment. I think they still tried to have him cover him, but just not as long. They tried to get through. So just Chris Paul just sped it up. He's like, all right, well, if I don't have 5 seconds to get by him and I only got 2, I'll take those 2. Nothing was changed. I mean, it's kind of like, I just feel like we're going to be saying the same thing over and over because from game 1 to game 2, there's really not much different. We're saying that, you know, Drew Holiday needs to be more aggressive in certain areas. We're saying Middleton needs to be more aggressive. Giannis, like, it's the same song right now. You could splice it, you could say it in different ways, but it's coming out the same result.
Shaq, for you, what has to change now defensively for Milwaukee?
Well, I mean, I think their mentality has to change. They may have to go a little old school defense. It's called the man-up defense. You know, the question is, you want to try to slow the superstars down, which you have not been able to do. You know, Chris Paul still got his. Devin Booker still got his. You want to try to slow the superstars down and let the others beat us? Well, guess what? The others are beating you right now. Early in the game, when Devin Booker was 1 for 6, they were still collapsing. He was kicking out to Miles Bridges. That allowed Miles Bridges to get hot. Now, you know, this is time, you know, I saw Giannis yelling at his teammates. This is the time we got to say, you know what, I'm not helping you. This guy's can man up, and if he gets hot, then we can make an adjustment. Because, you know, right now, like when you show, you know, your defense, and, you know, Isaiah makes a great point. They don't have enough speed to get out. So I think they have to say, okay, if you're going to beat us, Chris Paul, and, you know, Devin Booker, you have to be exceptional. But, you know, I think right now they're helping too much, you know, helping, you know, too soon. But that's the mentality of some coaches, you know. Don't let them get in the paint. And then you don't let them get in the paint and they kick it out to the others, and the others are making shots. And this is why I always talk about the others, because I wouldn't have 4 championships if it wasn't for the others. And, you know, the others for the Phoenix Suns are playing exceptional. They're not playing good. They're not playing great. They're playing exceptional. You know, Jay Crowder's out there fouling people, playing good defense.
Fouling people.
Miles Bridges played great today.
Wait, that was supposed to be praise for Jay Crowder?
Right, Isaiah? You out there hacking people.
That was complimentary from Shaq.
Hey, kid, he said he out there fouling people.
Hey, the Detroit Pistons know about sitting guys just to foul people. So
hey, man,
they know exactly.
Hey,
what he's doing defensively. He's playing physical basketball, and he's not. You know,
Kitty.
yeah.
In the words of Chris Tucker, Jay Crowder out there trying to kill somebody. Why don't you try to help somebody sometime?
If that's a compliment, I hope Shaq never insults me.
Oh,
He said it's
not around.
He said it's so serious though.
He's out there fouling people.
Just out there fouling people.
Jay Crowder got 10 threes and fouling people.
Crowder also knocked down shots. Remember, Crowder was 0 of 8 in game 1. He knocked down 3 threes in 5 attempts tonight. I'm supposed to get to you, Smitty, but I don't know on what.
I don't know what to say right now. Yeah.
Well, what? On Devin Booker tonight, who was great at. Well, he's always good offensively. You could see him lock in the third quarter, though.
Yeah, for sure. And me and Isaiah talked about it. I said, Isaiah, if he can get a chance to get some space by creating space, contact.
You're going to talk about that one he shot in the corner, Smitty.
And then you start to get your rhythm. And what I meant by that was, Matt, is he's starting off the game where he's touching bodies, right? And then he gets the separation. And then once he gets his separation, now guys are scared to get up on him. Now this shot right here was beautiful, yes. We call this a so what drill. Yes, you're there, Giannis, but so what? He knocks this one down. Then the last one, Isaiah, I think both of us were sitting there saying, he's starting to feel it right now. So no matter what.
Hash mark, bam.
He's shooting over a chair right now because he's in a rhythm.
And the net barely moves.
That right there is the two-guard play. You put your shoulder down into him, create some space, and then you knock it down. And then Brook Lopez is saying, somebody come help.
Please,
Giannis never came over. And then right now, he is starting to get to his bag and making it look easy.
Hey, don't they know he going to Tokyo? I mean,
some of them are his teammates, so
I'm just saying, Brook Lopez, I love you, but I'm Devin Booker, and you guard me, and I'm going to Tokyo in a couple of weeks. That means I'm that good. You 35, 36, you can't guard me in my gym. I'm getting ready to do you.
Devin Booker with his eighth 30-point game of the postseason tonight.
I'm going to Tokyo.
I'm going to Tokyo.
He may get a head start on going to Tokyo. Chris Paul will join us here in the post-game festivities. He's halfway to an NBA title.
I'm that dude. I'm going to Tokyo.